What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about how 10-ounce silver bars are the largest denomination of silver I'm currently willing to go, and how I cannot see myself ever going bigger. But really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 1,000 subscribers. And if you want to help support the channel by getting some DYDSS merchandise, of course we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products, t-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. And of course the brand new Major Cheeseball t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance, it's more than appreciated. But today, sitting here in front of me, I have a 10-ounce silver sunshine bar. My favorite silver bar that there is. There are a lot of silver bars out there, but I've always been a huge fan of the sunshine bar. I don't know if it's because of how simplistic it is. I don't know if it's because of the eagle. I don't know if it's because of the proof of authenticity on the back. Or maybe it's a combination of all of those things along with a couple of others. But today I wanted to talk about this 10-ounce silver bar, or really just 10-ounce silver bars in general, because truth be told, this is the largest denomination of silver I could really ever see myself going. I have no desire to get anything above 10 ounces. I have no issue with 10 ounces, 5 ounces, 1 ounces, and fractional silver, more specifically 90% silver. I like to refer to it as fractional silver because it is. But I wanted to talk about why I will probably never go bigger than 10 ounces. And I want to talk about a couple of different things. I want to share my opinion. Let it be known, I will be sharing opinions today. If you have a hard time handling opinions, this might not be the video for you. But what I like to do is articulate my thoughts and express my opinion while simultaneously looking at it from an objective standpoint. So there's a reason I don't want to go above 10 ounces, a pretty logical reason. And the main reason is I'm personally unwilling to put that much cash into one specific piece of metal. I have no issue picking up 100 ounces of silver at a time. I would just prefer those 100 ounces of silver be either 10 of these silver bars or 100 1-ounce silver coins, rounds, or bars. I prefer 10-ounce silver denominations or smaller. Now, it's for a couple different reasons. Like I said, I do not really want to or have the desire to or feel that it's safe and smart to pack that high of a dollar amount into one specific piece of metal. And I always talk about this when it comes to gold, and people understand where I'm coming from, whether they agree with me or not. But when I talk about silver bars, for some strange reason, when it comes to opinions, a lot of people, human beings by nature, are defensive creatures. They see something or hear something that they don't necessarily agree with, and guard goes up. So oftentimes when I talk about larger denomination silver bars, and by that I'm referring to kilo bars, 50-ounce bars, 100-ounce bars. I even saw on Instagram a couple days ago these 600-ounce bars, these big cinder blocks of silver, and it was actually really impressive, but it's not something that I would ever really want to have in my possession. And the main reason is because the larger the denomination of silver, the hardest it is to get rid of if you ever need to or want to. Sure, there's always going to be a buyer somewhere, somehow, but I would imagine it would be so much easier and doable and achievable and quicker parting ways with smaller denominations. Now, at first I referenced gold. So the reason I only want 10 ounces of silver or lower is the same reason I get fractional gold rather than 1-ounce gold coins. Fractional gold, I like 10th ounce gold coins, 1/4 ounce gold coins. I'm also a fan of 1/2 ounce gold coins, even though I don't have any, not yet anyway. I like fractional gold because it's a smaller denomination. I would rather have multiple small transactions rather than fewer large transactions. It's safer, it's smarter, in my opinion. If something like this, if I were to order it online and this were to get lost in the mail, or forget the gold, we're talking about the silver bar. If this were to get lost in the mail, this right here, with the current spot price, $170 to $180. If this were to get lost in the mail, or if the package were to somehow get stolen, $170 to $180 is a whole lot less heartbreaking than for something worth $1,800 being lost in the mail or stolen somehow, some way. So I think it's safer, I think it's smarter, and also for the long run, we also got to take into consideration, what if the spot price shoots to the moon? That's what a lot of people say. They think silver is going to the moon, they want silver to go to the moon. It would be nice in the long run, but I'm really not concerned with that in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't matter to me if it goes to the moon. It doesn't even matter to me if it goes up $3 or $4. It doesn't matter. I just want to save my money. I'm not looking to sell for profit or for gains or anything like that. Just trying to preserve my wealth and use this as a hedge against inflation. But let's just say, for the sake of the conversation, silver were to go to, arbitrary number here, $100 an ounce. Might be possible, it might be doable, it very well might happen. $100 per ounce of silver. But with a 100 ounce silver bar, can you imagine trying to part ways with that? Sure, you're going to find someone eventually, but how many people are going to have the cash on hand to trade you for that big 100 ounce silver bar? Now, like I said towards the very beginning of the video, this is just my opinion. In my opinion, I don't really like the idea of having large denomination pieces of silver. There's a lot of people out there who think this is ridiculous because the smaller the denomination, typically the higher the premium is. So there's a lot of people who think this might be foolish, which is perfectly fine. We don't all have to agree. In fact, I appreciate the fact that we do not agree. It shows that we still have free thought, which is very rare nowadays. But I personally would not want to get a piece of silver above 10 ounces. Now, as I said within the first couple seconds of the video and also in the title of the video, I use the word probably in parentheses. The reason for that is because I'm not an idiot. If I just somehow come across a, let's just say, 50-ounce silver bar, it's tested, it's pure, it's proven to me, it's authentic, and it's offered, let's just say, at spot, or maybe even slightly below spot. Someone's just trying to get rid of it. They don't want it anymore. They desperately need the cash. You really think I'm going to say, no thanks, I only stack 10 ounces and lower? No. I'll take that kilo bar, or that 50-ounce bar, that 100-ounce bar. If I'm offered an incredible deal, I don't walk away from opportunities like that. But you know what I would probably end up doing? I would probably end up going on over to a coin shop and converting it. I don't really know if I would want to hold on to that big block of silver for the long term. I would probably take, let's just say it's a 100-ounce silver bar. I'd probably take that 100-ounce silver bar and go and trade it for maybe 10 of these, if possible. Even if you have to level out the premiums and I get 10 of these and I have to throw in, a couple of these just to make it even, make the premium make a little bit more sense. That way the person who's converting their 10-ounce silver bars into my 100-ounce silver bar isn't technically losing out on any currency, if they're of the fiat mindset, that is. I'm not against that. Like I said, that's an opportunity, in my opinion, and from my perspective. I'm obviously not a financial advisor. Nothing on this channel is ever supposed to be intended to sound like financial advice. It's all for entertainment purposes, but it's also to initiate a conversation. So number one, I'm curious, what are your thoughts? And two, I want to talk about one more point. And that is a comment that I had received a while back. This was something that somebody said when I talked about kilo bars, I believe it was. I got a comment from someone saying that
if you can't afford to stack kilo bars, you shouldn't be stacking silver in the first place.
And I'm a big believer and supporter of people's right to say whatever in the world it is that they want to say. But you also gotta support my right to say that that's probably the stupidest thing you could have ever possibly said. If you can't afford, if you don't have enough of these to get kilo bars or 50-ounce bars or 100-ounce bars, you shouldn't be stacking in the first place. That's someone's opinion out there. Believe it or not, that is somebody's real, honest, genuine opinion. That blew my mind that somebody could be that ridiculous. Fact of the matter is, the overwhelming majority of people who stack silver are stacking silver to save money. Maybe not all of us have a very high income. Maybe not all of us have the ability to stack large denominations of silver. 10 ounces, 5 ounces, 1 ounce pieces of silver. They exist for a reason. If the US Mint or any of these other mints, these private mints, actually believed that if you can't stack large blocks of silver, you shouldn't be stacking in the first place, these would not even really exist. In a weird way, it's almost like saying if you can't afford a Maserati, you shouldn't be driving at all. You don't deserve to be driving. So it's a very flawed thing to say. Not only is it a flawed thing to say, but I hate to say it, but I would argue that that's a stupid thing to say. If you can't afford a certain amount of silver, you shouldn't get any silver at all. If you take the word silver out of that sentence and plug in literally any other word, people will call you a moron.
If you can't afford the brand new iPhone, you should not own any cellular device. If you can't afford a Tibetan Mastiff, you shouldn't have any pet at all. If you can't afford a mansion, you should not have a roof over your head.
If you can't afford this one thing, you shouldn't do it at all. So, the point I'm trying to get across is we all have different levels of income. We all have different financial responsibilities, different expenses. I always say that Joe Schmo down the street in the 5-bedroom house might be living paycheck to paycheck. He might have a nice new car. He might have a couple kids. He might go on vacation every year. But because of those expenses, he has absolutely nothing left over at the end of the month. While the guy around the corner, living in the 1-bedroom apartment by himself, no spouse, no pets, no kids, a used car that's 7 years old, let's just say, he might be a millionaire, living so far below his means. So, I feel like if you're within the silver stacking community, it's probably completely counterproductive to look at things face value like that. No pun intended, face value, that's a coin joke, but hopefully I was able to articulate my thoughts as effectively as possible. If you want to stack larger denominations of silver, if you want to stack 500-ounce silver bars, go ahead. I'm not stopping you. I'm not making this video to badmouth huge silver bars. If that's what you want to stack, then that's what you can stack. I couldn't care less. As long as you're not reaching into my pocket to fund your silver stacking, I don't care what you do. If you're stacking silver, you're stacking silver, and that's, I would say that's something to respect. So if your income is not as high as you would like for it to be, if you feel as though you cannot afford to get a whole lot of silver at a time, the whole purpose of stacking silver is to save money. We're not stacking silver to show off. We're not stacking silver. It's not a status symbol. Walking around with a kilo bar, that's not a status symbol. That's not a trophy. That's not a way of showing off or telling people
I'm richer than you, or I can afford more than you.
No, it's all wealth preservation. We're all saving our money at the end of the day. I mean, granted, we're all probably stacking for different reasons. You ask 10 different people, you're going to get 10 different answers, but at the end of the day, the overwhelming majority of us are just trying to save money for the long term. So those are some of my thoughts, some of my opinions. Like I said, I have a logical reason behind why it is what I do and how I go about stacking what it is that I believe in stacking. I'm stacking silver in 1 ounce increments. I really don't stack 5 ounces. This is just, I got a good deal on this. 10 ounces, of course, some fractional or 90% silver. And at the end of the day, if I had to choose between a 100 ounce silver bar and 100 of these little 1 ounce silver bars, I'm going to go with the 1 ounce silver bars. They're easier to part ways with. What happens if I have 100 ounces of silver? What if there are 2 people who each have 100 ounces of silver? One of them has 100 of these and the other one has just one big 100 ounce silver bar. And they both need to liquidate a little bit. Let's just say they both need to, let's just say, quote unquote, sell 50 ounces of silver. The person with 100 of these just has to grab 50 of them, walk out the door, and go on over to the coin shop. The guy with the 100 ounce silver bar, he has to worry about, oh, how am I going to do this? Am I going to go somewhere and have them trade 50 ounces of silver? What if they don't have 50 ounces of silver? I'm just trying to get cash for it. Do I have to melt it down, split it up? It's less to worry about, and I would personally rather pay a slightly higher premium just to have more of these rather than one big block of silver. But at the end of the day, silver is silver. It really doesn't matter. And as I also stated already, if I got offered an incredible deal on a kilo bar, a 50 ounce bar, a 100 ounce bar, I'm not going to turn my head and say, no thank you, I only stack 10 ounces and lower. No, I'll pick up that kilo, that 50 ounce, that 100 ounce bar, and then I'll probably try to see if I can find a good opportunity to convert it, maybe a little piece of gold, or who knows, maybe break it up into 100 ounces of silver with 100 of these. Anyway, this video was mostly just to think out loud, and hopefully I was able to articulate my thoughts as effectively as possible, express my opinion while also thinking and speaking objectively. So if you guys agree with me, if you disagree with me, either way, you don't have to agree with me, you don't have to disagree with me. Maybe you're stacking the same way I'm stacking. Maybe you're completely against the way I'm stacking and you want to do things your way. At the end of the day, hey, we're all doing our own thing. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 1,000 subscribers, and we're almost there. So help us out. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products, t-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. And of course, the brand new Major Cheese Ball t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, and coffee mugs. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And once again, please head on down to the comments and let me know, what are your thoughts on everything that I shared in today's video regarding this 10-ounce silver bar being the largest denomination of silver that I'm currently willing to go. I would rather have 2 of these than one 20-ounce silver bar. What are your thoughts? Are you on the same board as me? Are you completely against what I said? Maybe you only stack kilos and higher. Maybe you do not want 1 ounce coins, 1 ounce bars, or rounds, or anything like that. Maybe the bigger the better, in your opinion. We're all entitled to our opinions. This was mine. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.